Good morning, ladies. I wanted to send a quick video, how to use your new radio. And this is simply for you to be able to communicate to your team with any questions, to ensure your radios are all up and running and talking with one another. This is very important to check all walkie-talkies at the start of the day, just to make sure there is no issue with you trying to reach someone or someone trying to reach you. Being able to listen up for updates, pick up, all that kind of good stuff. So I believe you all are fully aware of how to use a radio, but just for your knowledge, to pass on knowledge to the team members. So step one, powering on. You simply hold the button, wait for the green light to show, and it goes through its power up process. Again, this is for your knowledge. If any new team members come, you have the resources to be able to train them on the walkie-talkies, okay? So that's power up. To power off is just the opposite. You would hold this orange button, wait till that screen appears. Green means shut down. And then if you want to switch over to restart, you can do that as well, but we're just gonna focus on shutdown. Hit that green button and it'll do its little fancy chime, and then it's off. Okay, so that is the powering on, powering off. Be sure to have your team power the radios off at the end of each day. The reason why is I have ran across a little slight issue that if the radios remain on going into the next day, they may lose signal with one another. So powering them down and then powering them back up the very next day ensures that radios are in sync with each other at power up. So just a tip regarding shutting down at the end of each day. You will have to remove the radios out of the carrying case to put them on the charger at the end of each day. There's no way to charge the radios while they're in the case. So we'll have to make sure we have a safe spot for all the cases. I am currently working on getting a charging station for the radios. So I'll keep you posted on that, okay? So powering the radio back on, and we're gonna go to the next step, okay? As you see, volume is on the side of it. This is the up volume, down, okay? If you wanna talk with your team, if you go into your groups, which is the multiple head area, whatever school you're at, so I'm just gonna use Glen York. Make sure it's on Glen York. Hit that green button. Once you hit the green button, you'll see Glen York at the top, and then push to talk. So with these radios, there is or can be a slight delay with talking. So what I do is I like to make sure that I hear that tone, and then once I hear that tone, immediately begin to talk. Also, in these radios, you have to project loudly. Well, I'm not saying scream, but you have to project, because if you talk at a normal tone, I've noticed that it may come across as choppy, or if the radio is too far away from your mouth, it will come across as choppy. So make sure that your talking pieces are close to your mouth when you're talking, and then project. So that's very important as well. Also, let your team know if they're talking low, say, hey, can you speak up a little bit louder because it's choppy on my end. So that's group. So if you want to talk with anyone individually, you can do so by clicking the single head, right? Then go to whoever you're looking to talk to. When you find that person, make sure that you click the green box and make sure that that green check is next to their name. Now with the single, you can also select more people that you want to single out, and just make sure. So when the radios are off, obviously you won't be able to talk, and you'll notice which radios are on and which radios are off. The ones that are on, the radio icon will be orange. The radios that are off, the icon will be gray. So that's another thing to check when you are starting or turning on all your radios at the start of the day. Just kind of go through your group, make sure all radios are orange, and you may have to give the radios a little bit of time to connect. There is a slight delay with all of them establishing connection, so just make sure that is working. So that's your single, okay? Charging. So Currently, we do have the plugins. The charging port for the radios is at the bottom. I made the mistake and put the charging port on the side. This is not where this is not the area that charges the radio, even though it's a similar connection. The bottom is where you charge the radio, so keep that in mind as well. Please, so as a reminder, please express to the team that all radios should be worn in their carrier case. That will prevent you from clipping or putting the radios in your pocket, accidentally laying them down, radios falling off of your hip. Keep them all in the pouches that were provided. Also, when charging, make sure the red light is showing. I believe that when the radio is charged, that light will turn green. Just FYI on that. And then another thing with push to talk. Obviously, to talk, you would push the button, say what you need to say, and then remember to release the button to be able to hear the person's response. And that's pretty much it. These radios are here to make communication fast and easy. If you run into any issues, let me know, let your team know to let you know if they run into any issues. And thanks for keeping the team connected after school. I hope you guys have a great day. I'll also attach the manual to this message so that way you can kind of have it on hand. But any questions, feel free to let me know. Take care. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.